lot of these things that I was like balls deep in is just like kind of toxic when you overconsume it. Allow me to explain why I feel the need to take a huge step back from New Age spirituality, which, mind you, has been the vast majority of my personality for like 10 years. I think I'm getting to a point where I no longer color my reality constantly with that stuff. And no, I'm not dumping it to the curb and saying that it was just all bullshit the whole time. It's a lot more complex than that, and it's a lot less extreme than that. But nonetheless, like, I really have to change my relationship with it and take like a big step back from it. And this step has been kind of in the works, and I want to break down in this video like 2 key aspects of why. The first being the need for simplicity, and the second being escapism. And we'll get more into it, but that's kind of the 2 tenets, and as well as sharing my story briefly and just kind of touching on just the journey that I've had with it. When I turned like 16, I went down the New Age spirituality rabbit hole, which was a pretty big fucking hole to go down for me because I hadn't been exposed to like any of it. I was raised Catholic, and I lived in a very sheltered, albeit very safe world. And so it was a lot for me to discover, fucking everything, like tarot cards, meditation, crystals, manifesting, astrology, and that was just like this, that was scratching the surface. Like, I went down this rabbit hole for like 10 years, and around every corner in my journey, I discovered something new until I was just truly like, just really deep in it. Like, I had paid for someone to teach me like my human design, which it wasn't a scam or anything, but it was just, that's how deep I was in it. Like, and I don't know if you know what human design is, but it's like based on like the energy systems in your body, and they just like a lot of things like that, like astrology, they tell you about yourself and who you are, and your tendencies, your emotions, your personality, and things like that. And it's very oddly specific, and very interesting. But yeah, things just were too much and like too fucking complex. Like, it was always something that I was learning or reaching for. Like, there's so many like natural like herbs and medicines out there, which actually I don't regret, and I think that I'm gonna keep that in my life. But it was just always something, always a crystal that I was reaching for, or a tarot deck I was reaching for, or a new like philosopher talking about manifesting, or like the universe, or like energy and shit like that. And like, don't get me wrong, I do still love these things. It's just that I'm reaching a point where like this shit is just too much. Like, I'm tired of constantly like digesting this new spiritual information, like, and trying to master it. Like, I think that's the thing that's different from a lot of other religions. And at this point, like, you could kind of call it a religion, but it's definitely a lot more free-spirited and more like ill-defined. But that's the thing, is like, it's about like mastery. Like, there's all these skills that you need to master and mindsets you need to master in order to like become like enlightened and free, and like it's like kind of exhausting. Like, and it's so complex. It's like, and it's like, it's a little escapist when you need such complex systems to constantly hula hoop and jump over feeling bad and like the pain of being human. Like, when I would start to feel bad, I went through a constant troubleshooting. What can I do to feel better? Like, is it a perspective I need to change? Do I need to like consult the tarot? Do I need like a certain crystal to like improve my vibration and raise my vibration, or yeah, what have you. Like, it was all this fucking different shit, and some of them were really healthy too. Like, sometimes I was like, maybe I just need to get out in nature and put my feet on the grass. Like, ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with like tarot either, but I think I'm reaching a point where I just can't do all this shit anymore all the time. Like, and nor do I want to. Like, I would rather just be a fucking person and live my life. And yeah, like, maybe I'll still dabble in like these things, but it was consuming my life to a point of escapism, and unfortunately you cannot escape. You can like suppress it, and I think that like escapism can work like to an extent, and it definitely has for me, and has definitely been my like go-to coping skill like since I was a kid. But nonetheless, I think I'm reaching a level where I don't know, like, none of this stuff is working anymore. Like, the tarot used to make me feel that clarity with my life that I was craving, and the crystals used to give me the assurance and the like self-power that I could like create a vibe throughout my day, which was wonderful. Like, I love that. But none of these things are working. Like, even like the mindset just, they're just not working. They're just not working. Like, I'm getting to a point in my life where I can't delude myself into believing that I can control and create my reality. That's just like, come on, people. I get it, like, because there is a really powerful truth in that, but it's limited. We are not in control of this experience. We're not in control of what's going on Earth. We're not in control of our own lives. Sorry, like, we can be in control of a limited extent of our lives. Like, we can react to the things in our lives that happen. And yeah, we usually have like two difficult choices, right? Like, we're never completely powerless in our lives, but we just don't have control. Like, we're just not in control. And like, the more that I mature, the more that I'm like slowly realizing that a lot of these things that I was like balls deep in is just like kind of toxic when you overconsume it. Like, a lot of these things are meant to be dabbled in. Like, when I was first introduced to tarot, this was by a girl who I think had the wisdom at the young age of like 17 to tell me, like, you're not supposed to do this all the time. Like, because I would come over and I would be like, can you give me a tarot reading? And she would be like, girl, you were over here yesterday and got a tarot reading yesterday. Like, you're not supposed to be constantly consuming these methods of feeling better, whether it be like these spiritual methods of clarity, or oh my god, spiritual methods of feeling better, whether it's like for clarity, whether it's for reassurance, whether it's to like restore your faith, whether it's to like, it's maybe a little bit more physical, like you're consuming like herbs or something. Like, there's a limit on that too. Like when I started going to like hippie music festivals, I was introduced to like all these different types of mushrooms, like chaga, reishi, turkey tail, which are fucking awesome, and all these random fucking herbs and like supplements and shit that I didn't know exist, that are there to support your body and help you feel better and be healthier. But even those things, it's like, dude, you're not supposed to like have these things every day. Like, so they're supposed to be supplemental. And maybe everyone's different. Like, for one person, you know, maybe a certain herb is good and fine for you to have every day. But point being, like, you can't just like spam fucking every supplement and every fucking feel-good method out there, like, so that you never fucking feel bad. Like, it is escapism, and it is like fucking overcomplicated. Like, it's just too much, guys. Like, I'm doing this, that, and the third just to avoid like a painful truth, and it works. Like, I can put it, there's a lot of painful truths that I can put off, but it's getting to a point where I kind of just need to like live my life. I kind of just need to like go to work and allow myself to be like, man, I fucking hate work sometimes, and be okay with that. Like, I don't need to do this, that, and the third to like enjoy every aspect of my work. Like, that's not realistic. It's just not. And I think that life becomes really simple when you quit opening up your spiritual and wellness arsenal against, you know, a painful truth every single time it pops up. It's like, at that point, it's way simpler and less energy to just go through the negative experience and take it for what it is. Like, it's not that bad. Because that's another thing that like you're priming your brain to like believe when you complicate every fucking like aspect of your life just to avoid feeling bad. Like, you tell your brain it is that serious and it is this bad. We need to try all of these things to avoid it, so that when you do have to face it, it feels like 20 times worse, because you like with your action like told your subconscious like this is a huge fucking deal, when it's not. Like, it's just not. And like I'm getting to a point recently where I just am ready to put my little bag of self-help and wellness and spirituality, like, things to the side and reach for it when I really need it, but not constantly having it clutched in my hands and ready to go, like whipping out all the things. Like, we don't need all of these things constantly. We just don't. We don't need to constantly have an explanation from the stars as to why things aren't going well. Like, I don't know. Yeah, like and I think that's a no on personal responsibility too, because that's what I'm like just realizing as of like these past 2 weeks is like I have very much used like astrology and like just this whole world of this rabbit hole of spirituality to avoid personal responsibility. Like, instead of like one, like, that's the fucking problem, is instead of wondering like, is it mayhap something that I'm doing that's contributing to the overall horrible vibe of my life? Oh, no. It was Mercury. Girl, you're robbing yourself of the potential to improve your life. Like, yeah, which is sad. But I get it. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I kind of get it. I'm kind of digesting it still, but I'm kind of like having a full circle moment, because I was that girl that was like very interested in the cosmos and the stars and what is going on up there that's contributing to the vibe. Like, I was all about the vibes and the unseen and magic. Like, I read a book on magic that was actually really compelling. But nonetheless, that shit is way too fucking complicated. It's all just it's too much. It's too much. I don't want to think about any of it anymore. I just want to have a little faith in whatever ye is beyond us, whether that be the universe or God, I don't know. Have a little gratitude and do some things to keep my wellness in check and my mindset realistic, as well as, you know, a little bit positive. And that's good enough. I don't need any further. I don't need any more. I'm just ready to like be a human, like just on Earth. Which is not as exciting as like all the realms of spiritual energy and manifesting and hippy-dippy shit that I still love and will still sprinkle into my life, but it cannot be the forefront of my life anymore. It just can't. I think my brain is fully developed and it's time to just like put like a lot of those things to the wayside. And not to say that my mental health and my wellness and having like a healthy spiritual life isn't important. It's just not going to be so damn complicated and so damn extensive. It's going to be refined. Yeah. It's going to be very... For me, I think it's finally time, like, after so many years of experimenting and exploring, to really refine, like, which one of these works for me, you know? And it's to the point where, like, a lot of these things are intuitive and I kind of know what I need when. And sometimes that very much involves simply facing reality, and then it just becomes about how can I support myself in facing that, because it's gonna be hard. So yeah, it's coming down to that, and I've kind of been facing like quite a void when it comes to like my spirituality and my wellness and my path in life, because like I said, like these things that I used to love and just consume no longer like hit different. They no longer like do it for me, and I think it's it's just fading. It's just fading further and further from my life. And it's kind of been that way for a long time, and I'm getting to the point where I'm like, yeah, this is like a temporary fix to the problems of life, and it's just not gonna last. This complex web building of spiritual methods to avoid the reality of life, which is sometimes not that positive, or maybe not what I want, but it's like, because I do want some fantastical magical shit. That's the way that my brain works. Like, I'm a very creative and like whimsical person, and I wish that I lived in, you know, the books that I read and the movies that I see. Like, I crave that novelty, but if I am creating entire systems of reality in my head that just are exaggerated and not real, like I'm still just avoiding reality and how to make the most of it. Like, and it's still there affecting my life whether I face it or not. And I think it's just time to live in reality and exist simply. I'm starting an era of simple spirituality. I hope that this video finds people who are on the same wavelength. I know there's like so many people out there that are super into all the new age stuff, and I think that the more you kind of digest it and chew on it and mature and time goes by, a lot of the ways that people feel about it changes. And so if you have any thoughts on like how your opinion or view of new age spirituality has changed over time, let me know. I wouldn't say I'm like an expert like on this, but I definitely like had my deep dive. I had my time. I was going to all the hippie festivals and like Googling all the hippiest, dippiest like new age spirituality things, and it's time for simplicity. It's time to just live here, you know, not up here. I'm just gonna live primarily here, like in my life, and see where that goes, because yeah, I don't think what I have been doing has been quite working in some ways, especially not anymore. So I really hope this finds people who are on like the same step in the journey as I am. I want to like talk to some people who are kind of discovering like what's after the obsession with new age spirituality, and I want to hear from you. So yeah, thank you for listening. I know this was really long, but I don't know, I've been chewing on this for a while. That's cheesy. Anywho, check out the earrings that I made. It's from one of my roosters, and oh yeah, you can see the iridescence there.